Thanks. I'm here with Bryan Hoch, covers the Yankees from MLB.com. Bryan, we heard from the captain, Aaron Judge, on Tuesday. Not a lot of breaking news there, but I noticed that Judge was really once again very specific about how he wants the Yankees to communicate analytics differently, and why he's so glad to have hitting coaches in James Rowson and Pat Rossler, both of whom used to work within the minor leagues, both of whom are new to the staff this year. How do you see that dynamic developing with Judge's influence at the highest levels of the organization and extending to coaching hires and whatnot?
Yeah, I don't think you can understate it. And this goes back to what he was saying the last day of the year in Kansas City, where he was talking about a lot of things around here are going to change. And I think that there is so much influence that Aaron Judge has, not just as a captain, but as the star and the leader of this team. Garrett Cole has. They can really put their thumb on the scale here. They have a direct line to Hal Steinbrenner, who is open to listening to what his players want here. And they're trying to create a culture here where it is driven by Judge and Cole and by ownership, and to get this team out of what they were last year, which was 82 and 80.
Yeah, not for the first time. Judge also said he's going to have to manage that toe that he banged on the wall at Dodger Stadium last year, and something he's going to have to manage for the rest of his career. Maybe not as concerning as it sounds, but not ideal for one moment in time in the guy's career. We also saw probably the most interesting thing that happened on the field was Juan Soto facing Nestor Cortes. Soto struck out 3 times. Nestor was nasty. Would you conclude from that, Bryan, that Soto is washed up and that this was a bad trade for the Yankees?
No, I think that what you take away from it is that Nestor Cortes now owns Juan Soto for life. And he was joking about that. He said, I don't want to face Juan Soto anymore. And, ideally he wouldn't have to. And he did say that it's early for Soto, probably the first live pitching he's faced so far. So I think that if you run that matchup 100 times, Soto probably gets the upper hand the next few times. But for today, Nestor can enjoy it.
Probably so. And in February, the pitchers are always ahead of the hitters. But having said that, Cortes did look good. He was throwing cutters in on the hands. He had a good changeup, good slider away. So there was some encouraging stuff for him there. On the Yankees pitching front, finally, Bryan, what I'm hearing about Blake Snell is that despite the continued linkage between the sides, which makes sense because Snell doesn't have a team and the Yankees still want pitching, there hasn't been any momentum on this front since the Yankees pulled their offer prior to signing Marcus Stroman. Is this something that you think is still a possibility? And if so, what do you think would be some of the challenges?
I think that until Blake Snell signs somewhere, look, this is a reigning Cy Young Award winner in the National League. He's going to pitch somewhere this year. I think we agree on that. It's just the price is what it's going to take. And part of the holdup on the Yankees side here is that they're over the competitive balance tax, that they're being taxed at 110%. Let me put this in kind of layman's terms. Let me explain this like I'm talking to my daughter here. If I'm going to buy a car for $30,000 and that tax on the car automatically makes it $63,000, I'm going to have some hesitation in buying that car, no matter how much I want or need it. So that's kind of the situation the Yankees are in here. Looking at Blake Snell, of course he would make them better. He would help their chances of winning a World Series. Starting pitching, you can never have enough. It's just the price, and can they fit it into what they want to spend?
Yeah, and I agree that's one of the reasons why, while this is a possibility, there just hasn't been a ton of momentum since the Stroman signing. All right, thank you, Bryan.